Okay, hello YouTube world. I've tried to start this video quite a few times, so here I am. I make videos. That's what I do. I make them, but I don't post them. I make them like I'm talking to you, and then I don't post them. And then I look back at them a year later, and I'm like, damn, that really helped me. It helped me that I made that video. So this time, I'm gonna post it. I'm going to post it on my intentional healing page because that is what I'm doing right now. I am going through this process where I've decided to do my shadow work, and I've decided to document this for myself. If no one else ever watches this, it's going to be for my journey and for me to look back on to see how much I have intentionally grown through some of the most difficult times of my life. So let's get started. So I don't even know where I start, but let me start here. So, because you might see this throughout the video. So last month I graduated from college, from my 2-year university, and I went to Miami, where I went to this beach called Beach-Haulover Beach, and basically it's Nude Beach, and I had never done anything like that before, but I wanted to. I didn't know what it was going to teach me or show me about myself. I just figured something has to come of it, right? Like, you can't experience being naked in front of people you don't know and not experience anything. Honey, I experienced some stuff. Hear me out, okay? That experience, oh my gosh. When people say free, I think what they're saying is I felt most myself. I felt accepted. I felt like I wasn't being judged. That's freedom. Freedom is to just be able to be yourself and not feel like you're being judged. That is exactly what I felt. I felt that so much so I went back twice to that beach during that time. I had a fabulous time in celebrating my graduation. That was something that I have been pursuing. Lord, I'm ashamed to say it, but I'm gonna say it anyhow. I've been pursuing. I was I was pursuing that degree since 1997. I mean, you talking tried, failed, got up and tried again 11 times. Me, it is I. So, I, and it's not even like, I can't even say like it's because I wasn't smart enough or I didn't, that I didn't get it. I just didn't apply myself. Oh, wait, go back. So the reason why I brought up the beach was because throughout this video, you're going to notice that I don't have on a bra. The things are going to be everywhere. They're F's. So just know, if you witness them, you will never forget them. But I'm going to try to keep you focused on what I'm saying so you're not drawn away by these F's, okay? Bars. Anyway, so that trip was phenomenal. It taught me what it is, what true acceptance of self is and self-esteem is, and accepting others, in all figures and all shapes, size, whatever you want to call it. You're just accepting and no comparison. Okay, so I got that out of the way. So where was I? Yeah, I was talking about my failures. How many times I failed trying to get this degree, okay? A lot. I lost count. But what I will say is when I went back to school this last time, that was it for me. This last time I actually had, sorry, it was a bug on my, this is standing up on my Monstera plant. Let me show you her. Okay. Isn't she cute? Okay. Go ahead, girl. Her name is Gloria. And when she's growing, I'll be like, go ahead and grow, Rhea. I'm corny in the most painful way sometimes. So anyway, I wanted to share with my social media family and friends my low light reel, and that's what I did. I showed them my transcript from when I went to Grambling State University. I didn't go to Grambling, to be honest. I went there, I was enrolled there, but I really went to Club Renaissance at Grambling. And if you're a Gramblinite, you know what Club Renaissance is. You was there, and in the 90s, whoo, honey, ain't nobody clubbing like that here nowadays. Nobody. Y'all scared after COVID, and I don't blame you. But back then, honey, we was licking lime salts off people's hand, okay? We did not care. But I went to school to party. I didn't go to school with the intention of ever graduating. That was never my intention. I don't recall going to class. I don't know how I made it to 2 years. Well, a year and a half. Without being kicked out. I dropped out. And I went to work. So I'm not going to make this a video about how I got here, okay? Because that's not, it matters, but it matters to me. What I want to share right now is, now that, I'm going to have to go back and probably fill in some holes for y'all, but this video, I really wanted to get this off my chest and into a community where we're all going through something like this maybe. I am feeling that there are many of us that are just changing. We are going through this metamorphosis where we know something ain't right. You're like, I'm better than that, or I can do more than that, or I don't like how my hurt life has brought me up into this point. Like, let me say that again. My hurt life, my life where I experienced the most pain of my past and suffered with some really extreme behavioral problems, especially in my marriage. I'm divorced now. I've been divorced now 4 years. And I'm literally, and I can say this today, I'm literally just recently been able to take my ownership for real in that divorce and how that divorce went down. I'm literally just at that point, but moving forward, I'll fill in those blanks for y'all one of these old days. But my reason for this video was to talk about my life from the standpoint of when I went through my spiritual awakening. Shit, I'm finally there. Like, I feel like it took me forever to get. It took me 8 and 9 minutes to tell you why I'm making this video. It's story time, yes, but damn, get to the point. So spiritual awakening. Okay, I didn't know what in the hell was happening, but let me tell you what did happen. So in August 4th of 2021, last year, I tested positive for COVID. And I know y'all can probably go on the internet and find a bajillion stories like this, because we are a tribe. We are a tribe. If you've not gotten a part of the tribe and told your story, your COVID story, shame on you. Get with the program, okay? But August 4th, 2021, I was an apartment locator with, I would say, the #1 apartment locating company in Texas. I don't think that they have them all over the nation. But here in Texas, big old Texas, we think we're a country anyway by ourselves. So the company, and I do want to provide this plug. I do, because this is a really good company. I worked for them 7 years, going on 8. And I know this company. This company, amazing company. The company's name is Umovefree. I'm going to plug this because y'all need to know. This company, they are all real estate agents, all professionals. They're treated like royalty. They're spoiled, rotten. So if you have a real estate license and you can halfway sell, they'll teach you the rest. Umovefree, bar none, nobody is doing it like them. You get paid per hour, per deal, and then they're like, hey, we didn't pay you enough, and then you get this big bonus check, like $8,000. Like, you'd be like, wait, what? You be what? That's a lot of money, you know. But we did. We had that pay structure was phenomenal. All of my coworkers were just amazing company. Okay, let me push forward. So I was working for this company at that time when I contracted COVID. My partner also at that time, I got it from her because she worked in hospitality or in security within the hospitality world. And when I contracted it, I felt good when I first learned that I had it. And then maybe a day or two later, I want to say 2 days later, is when I thought I was gonna die. I don't know why I'm searching for words. I thought I was gonna die. So I'm dying. It's what I'm thinking, right? And we tried to fight it out, battle it out at home, right here in this bed. Until I realized this shit ain't going away. My temperature was, 100, 103, 100, 103. My oxygen levels were getting down in the 80s. At that point, I go, oh yeah, this absolutely is dying. This is like, in any minute now, I'm gonna die, right? And so I didn't wait around to die, obviously. So I mentally, I was going through so much. I was exploring my sexuality. I was knee deep at that time in a relationship with my partner. And she and I, we initially tried to get through that together. And then I was just like, I don't know. It was like she turned into the enemy. I was just like, oh, it is because of you. You came to kill me. Because I'd never been, in my adult life, I never, went through anything that serious, common cold. Achoo. Okay. Is that my system? Moving forward. But that was different. That was every breath that I took in and let out. It sounded like there was a rattle in my chest. And it was just an abnormal feeling. I mean, it was like an outer body experience. The feeling was just something I had never felt before. So anyway, I drove myself to the hospital. Get to the hospital. They're like, hey, listen, by the way, we're going to have to keep you. And I'm like, ma'am, you ain't got no shot or nothing. You can't put me full of steroid or something. You gotta keep me. Like, I got kids, ma'am. She said, you really can't go home. We have to quarantine you. It's, you have double pneumonia. Double meaning like in both of the lungs. Oh, I was about to die. So they take me up, I think, on the 4th floor at Baylor Hospital in the Good Grapevine. Honey, they took care of me. Let me just put a plug there, too. All my nurses and my doctor were phenomenal. Okay, they did not put me in that room, forget about me. They did not tell me they were going to put me on a good ventilator and move on with their life. No, ma'am. They were there. They were pushing me. They were motivating me. You going to make it through this. You got this. Like, that was an everyday talk. They were on repeat. So I get there, and I'm laying in that room by myself because you cannot have company. Although my partner at the time, she was just like, I'm going, Phil. How you make your way on a floor that is off limits to humans. How did you get here? Like, which flowers at that? Like, take her these flowers. Okay. So, but that was super nice. You know, you do feel alone. You feel so alone. You feel so alone. So, at this point, I'm laying in this bed and it's night 2, and I'm hearing the doctor tell my nurse for the night that we just got to get her through the night. If she makes it through tonight, we're going to be good. Ma'am, what you mean by if I make it through the... Ma'am, you're the same one that was telling me you got this, you're good, you're gone. But you over here whispering in the corner, if she make it. Ew. Tell me how. Don't tell me, if I make it. Man, how? And so that really bothered me. Like, that really bothered me. And I'm thinking, I have 2 children. Well, they're young adults. My son is 21. My daughter, well, he was 20 at the time. My daughter was 16 at the time. And y'all, I'm thinking to myself, my son burned boiled eggs. Like, how? What? Who? We ain't doing that. We ain't dying. So how I'm gonna live? They say, hey, listen, you have to lay on your stomach. Don't lay on your back. You'll suffocate. You know, your fluids will suffocate you. So make sure you stay on your stomach. Y'all do know I toss and turn every night. Y'all, did you watch the film, the video, the feedback from yesterday? Did you watch anything? Lay on your stomach. Listen, y'all, I was holding on to the bed. I told you, you could tie me down. Don't let me turn over for no reason. I'm just, laying on my stomach. Y'all, I couldn't breathe. Y'all, I could not breathe. There is nothing that can describe how scary that is. Do that. Hold it. Like I'm holding it. Now let it go. You felt that? Amazing, huh? You like, hell yes, man, I do that all the time. With COVID, it's you pray for the next breath. You pray for it. You hope for it. Moving forward. So from there, when I opened my eyes the next day and saw the sun hit my face, or the light hit my face, I said, man, this is exactly what I'm gonna tell you. I said, God damn it, I made it. I made it through my worst night. I made it that day. This is the day that I resigned from my job in my head. Of 7 years, I resigned. And from there, I went, I think I stayed in the hospital another 3 days. And then from there, I went home. I called it quits with my partner. I told her I needed some space to heal, to feel, to figure out my life. So I had a breakup. I had a resignation with no job. No job. No job, no unemployment. Y'all, the unemployment. I filed for unemployment in August. Tell me why I didn't get my unemployment until November. If it weren't for that nice little savings account, honey, I don't know where I'd be. I don't. But this is the start of the spiritual awakening. Because something chaotic happened for me. For others, it may just be, it could just be spontaneous. It could just be, out of the blue. Oh, I need change. But for me, it was, hey, wake up. We need change. We need to change how we're doing things around here. And COVID was the initiator for me. Today is June the 12th, 13th. June the 13th of 2022. I have not had full-time employment since then. I've not been with a company other than, you know, I have a real estate license and I've sold a house or 2 houses. You know, I was really trying to get that real estate career off the ground, but in this market, honey, you would have had to have that database full coming into this market, and I did not. And I was after helping the African American community close the gap. And that blew up in my face because, you know, in order to do that, it takes a lot of unlearning, bad spending habits, credit habits, things like that. And so I just really, you know, I failed. I failed forward in that area, but I failed. And so, you know, fast forward to now, having graduated with my associates, and I'm moving forward with getting my bachelor's and my master's soon, you know, one day in the near future. But in the interim, I'm like, what the am I gonna do with my life? I pay bills. Yeah. I like to travel. But I knew when I was in that bed, I said this to myself, and this is what I want to share with y'all. I'm 21 minutes in. This is what I want to share with y'all. When I beat COVID, I made a decision that I would resign from my job and I would do something that would make me fulfilled at the end of the day. I am a potential digger. I love to hear people say, I want to do this. I just need to know how. I want to do this, but I feel like I'm stuck here. I want to do this. I'm a potential digger because I'm going to help you to accomplish whatever your goals are. So in 2020, I got my life coaching certificate, and I've been doing that. And, you know, I've been doing that. But it's not like my full-time job, you know. And so, if you've ever gone through a spiritual awakening, you know that you go through like the initial stage. Oh, what's that girl's name? Woman. Her name is Christina Lopes. When y'all get done, go over to her page, because this is not my teaching. This is something that I learned, and I want to give her credit for it. She teaches it way better than I will probably ever give it to you. So please go to her page, Christina Lopes. But she talked about the spiritual awakening like this. She gave it 6 stages, and again, I will do my best because I'm new to YouTube, like talking about it. I'm gonna try and put her information in the description box below, just so that you can get over there, because she teaches so much good stuff. But basically, she talked about it being 6 points, 6 stages, stages to your spiritual awakening. And the first stage, she called that stage the awakening, you know, where something happens, and it could be traumatic, you know, it could be, she didn't call it traumatic. She said it could be chaotic, or it could be spontaneous, where it just kind of happens. Whew, okay, you got to change. But in my case, it was very traumatic, or chaotic, where COVID came and just knocked me off my shit. The second stage, she said that, y'all, I feel like I need to get my book. I have it here. I'm sorry I didn't have it, but I have it here. So I want to talk about that. We're just going to have to go on 30 minutes. I don't care. And I really, again, Christina Lopes, amazing. But step 1 is the wake up. Step 2 is the bliss stage, where you're just like, oh, I'm just so happy that I made that decision for myself. Life is great. You feel so connected. You feel like you made the right decisions and all of that. And then from there, you go into the dark night stage. And the dark night stage is, you know, can come with depression, despair, anxiety, and loss. That stage, literally took the life out of me. I have nothing else to say. Oh, one thing that she did say, she said that you can be going through more than one stage at one time. You can have your foot in one stage and your foot in another stage at the same time. So the time frames are just different depending on how you maneuver through it. And one of the greatest tips she ever gave was that you can, if you just surrender to the process, it'll go much faster. And when she said that, my life literally started to speed up in obtaining that information. So after your dark night stage, you go into the void, and it just feels like life has stopped. And who child, and she talks about how it feels like all the universe is closing all the doors. Y'all please get over there and watch this video. But she talks about how all of the doors just feel like they close on me. Y'all, it ain't like I'm not trying to be employed. It's like I needed to go through this to get a lot of stuff off of me and a lot of understanding. Because while I'm going through my spiritual awakening, I'm also doing my shadow work. I don't know if that shit supposed to go together or not, but I just feel like, I'm just, like I'm out of breath. Like every session with myself. Y'all, how y'all do this work? It's so much. But after your void stage, you go into groundedness. This is growing roots. It's a very beautiful stage. This is where you grow up. We become spiritually and emotionally mature in this stage. So I kind of feel like I'm coming out of my void stage and I'm working on my groundedness. I feel like I know where I am. I feel like I know where I am. And then for the places that I don't know, I'm just like, okay, I don't know that. I'll get that information as I go. Like right now, I'm not going to have a pity party because I don't know, The information always comes. So I'm resting in that. I'm trusting the process. That's what it looked like. And then the last stage, because the 6 stages, that was stage 5. But the last stage, she called that one, girl, what did you call, purpose or life mission. This is, you live in your mission. You live the mission now. You are here with great purpose. You're committed to follow your soul's path. I feel that, but I don't know that I've transitioned over into that moment in its entirety. I don't know that I've done that. So I wanted to share that with you guys. Like there may be some of you that you may feel alone in this, but you're not alone. I don't think there's enough people talking about their experience with COVID and how mentally what we've gone through, with that pandemic and the fear that gripped us all at some point. Like you can't go through people dying all around you. You got them real spiritual folks that say Psalm 91, baby, they could fall by the wayside. Stop. I ain't talking to you. I'm just not gonna fool with you right now. I want to deal with the people who say, nah, nigga, I thought it was up for me. I thought for sure, it's gonna be the end of me, right? No, I thought, right? And I did. I went through my bout. But I wanted to share that with you. I want to share with you to not give up. Don't, whatever you do, don't give up, because, while I've not in this present moment, I can't say that right now because it's going to go against, because the universe, honey, you got to be careful. Yes, my intent, but I like to say that I am not where I was, and through my scripting, because I do script for manifestations, and I'm starting to see a lot of my manifestations come to pass. I'm telling you not to give up out of that, because I'm seeing my manifestations come to pass. I cannot wait to update you with who I am employed with, because even in that was pure manifestation. So, yeah, I am simply here to say, do not give up. Not now, not ever, but definitely not now, because now you see that there is more of us. It's not just you. You're not going crazy. You're not alone. You're not irresponsible. You're not losing your mind. You're not, none of that. Like, this is necessary. What we've all gone through, getting through that pandemic and getting to the other side, we're all trying to find a sense of normalcy. Our world was shaken up, and you have to acknowledge that. Like, don't sweep that under the rug like it ain't nothing. It is something. It is something. What you went through was something. And I just wanted to come in as an encouragement to say, hey guys, we can absolutely get to our next level in life. Just don't give up. Okay? Okay.